Panagdait, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, teachers. I hope you are doing well. I am Mark Daryl Sanchez Cagas from Group 8, and I am reporter number 4. And I will be discussing about ethical considerations in tech-based education. So, our objectives for this session will be A, to define tech-based education, or what is tech-based education. B, identify issues, trends, and concerns in using technology in teaching. And C, differentiate the effects of utilizing technology in education. So, I hope we are all guided. Before we continue, I want to ask everyone, how has life been after integrating technology in teaching? You can answer in your notes or maybe in the comment section of this post. So you can answer right now, and assuming that you have answered, how has life been after integrating technology in teaching? So I guess everyone has a different answer regarding this. It could be like everyone. Some may have answered it became easier, or some may answer that it became harder, or there has been some adjustments. Let's continue. Along with the advances of technology, the field of education is also experiencing a significant transformation. So, because of some advancement in technology that we have in this era, in the field of education that we have now, we are also affected because we have to keep up with what is going on the rest of the world, as they are also utilizing technology more and more in the field of education. And technology-based education is rapidly transforming learning environments, offering new opportunities for teaching and engagement. So we cannot deny that because of technology or the advancement in technology, applications, and other things, that there is really a transform between traditional learning, book, pen and paper and all, and then we are offered new opportunities. Like, for example, in this particular situation wherein I am reporting through a video, or when we have our online classes, that is an opportunity given or provided by technology. Next is educational technology such as e-learning platforms, virtual classrooms, and other educational applications are being used because of this change. So like I said earlier, we are all adapting, and one of the shift that we had is these virtual classrooms that we are having now because of, well, the pandemic. It started, or it really started to be used, or virtual classrooms and e-learning started to be used during the pandemic. Now, because of these changes, I would now like to ask another question to you teachers. What do you think should be considered in using technology in education? Again, what do you think should be considered in using technology in education? So, again, you can write down your answers in your notes, or perhaps comment it in the comment section of this post. Okay, so assuming you've already answered this question, I will share some of my thoughts regarding the question. What do I think should be considered in using technology? I guess I believe there is a lot to consider, especially in terms of the setting of the teacher, the school, and the students themselves, because not everyone has access, and maybe in terms of gadgets and internet connections. But we will tackle more about that as we progress on. So let's continue. So considerations, we go to the main topic. Considerations that we have, number one here is privacy. So student data being collected, and risk of data breaches and misuse of information is possible. So we cannot deny that online or Other platforms require students to submit their data, even in the case of using accounts or their personal accounts. Their data will, in most, if not all, their data, aside from names, or most commonly the names, uh, and other personal data that they have, is being collected. Now, this is a concern, or we should be considerate on how to handle the students' data, because it could lead to complications or other risks that might put our students or learners in danger if ever we misuse or even have the data of the students be used on other aspects as well, aside from what it is intended for. The next one is online harassment. So increase the potential for cyberbullying and harassment through the use of online and social media platforms. Because the students are exposed to, well, not just one social media platform or any platform for that matter, they are uh, they are prone to cyberbullying from their peers, or maybe people that are older than them or even younger than them. In any cases, they are prone to cyberbullying and harassment, which could cause various risks to the health of the student themselves. Next one is the impact on mental health. So we should consider this when we use tech-based education, because overuse of technology, including but not limited to digital devices and social media, may impact negatively on the learners, causing addiction. This is one, anxiety, and sleep disruption. So we all have different mental capacities, and it may affect negatively or positively depending on the exposure to social media platforms, technology itself, because we cannot deny that students will use their phones, gadgets, or anything that they have, computers and laptops, aside from school matters, and then this leads to their mental capacities to be distracted on games and other things that they might do online or offline, depending on the use of the app. So addiction to games or other distractions, namely we have the most common platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is very common nowadays. Anxiety and sleep disruption, which in turn causes a decrease in their performance in the class. Now, with that in mind, teachers, I have a question here. What are some of the challenges you have encountered, or what are some of the challenges you have encountered? This can be through the use of social media, or challenges that occurred because of students coming to you or asking you for help in terms of their studies. So please, you can take note or comment if you like. What are some of the challenges that you have encountered? This is not limited to school matters, but it could also be for your students. So, assuming you have answered, for me, some challenges that I have encountered is when we use technology in education, one of the most common, I think, is the internet connection. If we are in an online class, it could cause inconvenience, because the classes that we have will not go smoothly, and then concerns in the chat, or students will message us, "Sir, hindi namin masyado marinig," or "Sir, mahinang net," "Sir, hindi namin makita ang presentation," ganon. So there are times when we really have that issues, and as well as navigating apps or any platforms that we are not used or new for us as teachers as well. Because we are also, even now, we are also still trying to learn how to navigate other apps as well or other utilization of technology. So let's continue. Another one that we should consider is equitable access. This is what I meant earlier. Ensure all students have access and should be inclusive and accommodate diverse learners and their needs. Now we have various applications wherein students can learn by themselves at their own pace, but we should consider the context in which where our students are. So if we are teaching in near cities or urban areas, so sometimes it really is easier because the students already know how and what applications to use. But in terms of students who and teachers alike who are in far-flung areas, barangay schools, mountain schools, island schools, the exposure to technology and the access to technology itself may not be the same or on par or the same level as those who have been and are currently exposed to technology on a daily basis. And let's continue. Here, this is very important. Academic integrity and use of artificial intelligence. So, easier access to artificial intelligence or AI and information online can cause students to be reliant on these technologies. So, we have, I believe, ChatGPT, CC, or I think the name was changed, and other AI tools that the students can just type or write a prompt, and then the task will be done in itself. And this causes students to be over reliant and become stagnant, or what's the term? Magsalig na lang sila on AI tools. So in terms of writing, plagiarism, proper citation of sources, and academic dishonesty is possible. So in here, copy paste na lang students. So they can copy paste. Sometimes maybe the student will paraphrase or anything like that, but there are also some AI tools for that, paraphrasing tools, summarizing tools, and other tools, essay or writing generating AI tools. So they become reliant on these tools, and then their own creativity, critical thinking becomes, or it improves at a much lesser pace because mas dali na lang sa ilaha. It's easier to just go online, go to whatever AI tools that they use, and then type a prompt, and then the AI tool will generate, and then copy paste, and then submit to us teachers. So that is a concern that we must consider. Now, here is a question regarding artificial intelligence. Do you, teachers, encourage your students to use artificial intelligence? So, comment or take down notes, or you can reflect. Assuming that you all have answered. Personally, I do not encourage the use of artificial intelligence because it hinders their critical thinking and like the personal development of a child to learn by themselves and to create something. So, like when they write an essay or any task for that matter, they can just easily write a prompt and then wala na, there it's done and just copy paste. But then on the other hand, if we do not let them use, so we should also be it is a given that we try as much as possible to help them how to create writings, write-ups, or any task that they have. But in terms of using AI to gather information easier, then that is also another matter or another aspect that can be na pwede sila magamit sa artificial intelligence or AI. So, it depends, for me, it depends on what situation or context the AI tool is being used. Now, for the takeaways, first is we all have different views on technology in teaching. So, others might find it easier because of technology or the use of technology for that matter. And some may find it difficult to integrate, especially on a daily basis, integrate technology in their teaching because of lack of exposure or training in utilizing gadgets, technology, limited access to internet connection, and exposure to other social media as well. The next one is technology has positive and negative effects depending on how it is utilized. So it is up to us, teachers, on how to decide whether or not we are going to use technology in our teaching. And then it is also up to us on how to guide the students on how they must use technology because it can either improve or enhance their work or their development might regress as an effect of being too reliant or dependent on technology and technology or AI tools for that matter. The next one is this era of digitalization requires patience, collaboration on all those who are involved, the teacher and the student and other members in the teaching learning in the teaching and learning process who are involved to ensure that we become competent and take education to a higher level. So, technology does not necessarily limit us on what possible ways that we can integrate it in education, but it is up to us to study as well on the proper or how to properly use and integrate technology in our teaching in order so that it can help us lift up the education level of our students. So instead na we are being reliant on technology, we use technology to improve and take our education level, our students higher, lift up ang goal in the use of technology and not regress. So, thank you everyone for your time and listening. I hope that you have learned something within this discussion and I hope you have a great day as well. Thank you very much.